There's no hard and fast rule in real estate, but the 1% rule is a good rule of thumb to start with.
Welcome back to the Lone Lounge.
Hi, Adam Esmer.
Hi, Elizabeth Ann.
I'm here. We are going to talk about the 1% rule today.
Yeah, 1%.
What does that even mean?
It-
I giggle sometimes because I feel like in real estate they just like make up random
They make up
things,
random-
and people semi-follow them. And this one is
Yeah,
it's okay.
I mean, I think it gives you a basic guideline to follow to see whether or not you should take a look at a deal further.
This would be like you're on Investor Lift, which, by the way, Investor Lift is a wholesaler website. So it's like the Zillow of wholesalers. Highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put the little thingy here. And highly recommend. So like if you're on Investor Lift and you see a property that you're interested in and you're thinking about burring it and the after repair value is $150. What does that mean when I say if this deal makes sense based on the 1% rule, what would that need to entail?
So if the ARV is 150, then that means you're getting $1,500 a month in rent on that bad boy.
You hope.
You hope.
Keyword.
Yeah, that you're getting $1,500.
Yes.
Yeah.
So could you? Maybe.
Yeah.
That would be the goal. And so I think like for newer investors that are just trying to give themselves some structure, some systems, sure. Yeah. Take your ARV, use 1% of that. That is what you should get in market rent, and then go check it.
Yeah.
Go check it then. So I do something very simple. I just use Zillow. Let's not recreate the wheel. There's like Rentometer is another source.
There's a good one that I've been using that seems to be pretty accurate, and it's rentcast.io.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not associated with them at all, but like it seems to be free and seems to give you a pretty solid range. It allows you to put in an address, the bedroom count, the bathroom count, and the square footage, and then it will calculate what a market rent is based on area rents.
And I can't say enough. Like when you're an investor, you become like a mini appraiser when you're looking at a deal. But you have to have the mindset of an appraiser. So the traditional rule of thumb with appraising is they're never going to look at a property that's 20% bigger or smaller. So let's just make it very easy. If it's 1,000 square foot house in a perfect world, they're going to be looking at 800 to 1,200 square foot properties. You're going to want the same bedroom and bathroom combination. You're going to want the same type of property.
Yep.
So if yours is a ranch, in a perfect world, they would not use a two-story property. So like,
Correct.
You want apples to apples. You want to find your identical twin within your neighborhood, ideally less than a mile away. And what are those rents coming in at? So the nice thing about Zillow is you can just plug all those little filters in and get a nice clean search, and you could say, okay, is it $1,500 or is it really $1,100? And then it's abort mission. Or is it like, actually it's like $1,650, but if I got it for $1,500 and that gave me some wiggle room, this makes sense.
Yeah. Are we seeing a lot of properties hitting the 1% rule?
So a $150,000 house, is it renting for $1,500? I would say no. I would say not far. I would say, and again, this is so area particular.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
A $150,000 house in Columbus compared to a $150,000 house in Dayton, Cincinnati, Cleveland, I just feel like those market rents are going to come back differently. And I guess that's the thing. This is just to back of the napkin say, do I go to the next step of this process? It is not your end all be all. Please, please, please do not take this video as like, oh, this is how you determine market rents.
No.
That is not what we're doing here. This is a way for you to quick and easily analyze a deal, and then you go to the next steps, because depending on property taxes, that could change your cash flow on this property dramatically. What are other things? Insurance costs. From a good area to a rougher area, flood zones. If this is in a flood zone, you're going to have additional insurance costs there. Are you self-managing? Are you going to need a property? There's so many factors that play into this. This is just a way for you to quick and easy say, is this a good rental based on the price, and does this all pan out correctly? What are other things that you would be kind of wanting to be mindful of when you're using this rule of thumb?
I mean, I would say exactly what you said, just that this is just a cursory look at a property. It's not something that you're going to necessarily make a decision to buy solely based on this. It's just going to start the conversation and start your calculations. But I'd say you're right as far as in Columbus, Ohio, are we seeing the 1% rule hit? Not really. Other markets around the country, definitely. I think we are seeing that. Yeah. So, for instance, if you're going to be in a smaller town, I feel like you're going to get a better shot at hitting that. Yeah. If you're going to be in a less hot market, I feel like you're going to have a better shot. Example, Alabama. I feel like all of Alabama hits this all the time. Yeah.
Do you think it goes over 1%?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing houses for $130,000 down there, paying $1,500 a month in rent.
Yeah, so that's like almost 1.5.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's solid. That's okay.
And again, we're a brokerage that nearly lends nationally, not every state, but nearly. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes I always tell investors, like, maybe consider a different market. Like, if Columbus isn't working for you because you have a systematic way of what is a good deal in your eyes, spread your market range out. Mm-hmm. Check the suburbs of Columbus. Consider Dayton. Consider Cleveland. Just consider other markets before, I would say, changing the system. Mm-hmm. Don't change the system if you can avoid it.
Yep.
So I would say those are big things.
1% rule. It's a great introductory quick look. Like, okay, what's the ARV on this? It's $200,000. Am I getting $2,000 a month in rent? If not, maybe that's not something that I want to look at.
Or how close is it? Let's make a deal work.
That's the other thing is maybe it's not 1%. Maybe it's a dollar amount. Maybe it's I want to make $300 a month.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty decent for a lot of single family homes. So yeah, just another tool in your tool belt.
Heck yeah.